Just Easy English podcast.
Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Just Easy English podcast. I'm Mark.
And I'm Hazel. Hey, everyone.
Hazel, I'm so excited that you're joining me for this podcast.
Me too. I'm really happy to be here with you and our listeners. We're going to be working together on this podcast series all about improving your English skills, and I can't wait to share what we've learned.
It's going to be a fun journey. So, Hazel, have been thinking, you know what question I get asked the most?
Let me guess. Why can't I speak English fluently?
Haha, yes, exactly that. How did you know?
Because I hear it all the time too. It's probably the number one frustration for English learners everywhere. Students study for months, sometimes even years.
Right. They know so many words, they've done all the grammar exercises, but when they try to actually speak,
Their mind goes blank.
exactly, or the words come out so slowly that they feel embarrassed. They know what they want to say, but it just doesn't come out fast enough.
I remember feeling that way when I was learning my third language. It's like you have all the pieces of the puzzle, but you can't put them together quickly enough.
That's such a good way to describe it. And you know what? I think today we can really help our listeners solve this problem.
Absolutely. Because the solution is actually simpler than most people think.
So today, Hazel and I are going to break down the two main reasons why you're not fluent yet, and more importantly, we'll show you exactly how to fix them.
And the best part? These methods work even if you're starting from scratch. You don't need to be advanced to use these techniques.
You don't even need to know perfect grammar.
Nope. So if you've been struggling with fluency, this episode is for you.
All right, let's dive in. Okay, let's start with the real question. Why can't you speak English fluently? And Hazel, not talking about not speaking perfectly. I'm talking about those moments when you literally can't get the words out, or you're speaking so slowly that even you're getting bored listening to yourself.
Oh my gosh, yes. I remember when I was learning my third language, I had this exact problem. And you know what most people think? They think it's because their English is bad or they're not smart enough.
But that's absolutely not true.
Not at all. The real reasons are actually quite simple. And Mark, would you say there are two main ones?
Exactly. Let me break down the first one. Reason number one, you don't have enough vocabulary. This is the obvious one, right? You want to say something, but you don't know the English word for it. It's like trying to cook when you're missing half the ingredients. You're stuck.
That's such a perfect example. I remember one of my students wanted to talk about her weekend trip, but she forgot the word beach. So she just said, I went to, the place with water.
Haha, right. And that's when people get embarrassed and stop talking.
And maybe you just changed the topic. I've seen this happen so many times with my students.
Now, the second problem is even more frustrating.
Oh, I know where you're going with this.
Reason number two, you know the words, but you can't put them together fast enough.
Yes, this one drives people crazy. Because you do know the words, but your brain is working like an old computer, loading super slow.
Exactly. You're thinking, okay, I need the verb to go, but wait, is it go, goes, or went? And where does the adjective go? Before or after the noun? Oh no, do I need the or a here?
And by the time you figure all of this out,
5 minutes have passed, and the person you're talking to has probably walked away.
that's so true, Mark. What do you call this problem?
I call this the thinking too much mode. You have all the pieces, but you're spending too much time trying to put them into a sentence.
That's a perfect way to describe it. So listeners, these are your two big problems. Not enough vocabulary and too slow at putting sentences together. But don't worry, we have solutions.
So here's the good news. there's a way to solve both of these problems at the same time.
And it's actually much simpler than you think.
Ready? Here it is. Stop learning individual words. Start learning complete phrases and sentences instead.
Let me say that again because it's so important. Learn phrases and sentences, not individual words.
This is the game changer.
Yes, 100% agree. When you learn full sentences, your brain remembers patterns, not grammar rules.
Hazel, can you explain why this works?
Sure, when you learn individual words like movie, good, watch, you still have to do all the work of putting them together. Your brain becomes a construction worker, building sentences from scratch every single time you speak.
Right. But when you learn a complete phrase, boom, you have a ready-to-use sentence that you can pull out whenever you need it.
No grammar stress, no thinking time.
It's like the difference between buying all the ingredients separately and cooking from scratch versus getting a ready-made meal. Both will feed you, but one is way faster and easier.
I love that comparison. Can you give our listeners a practical example, Mark?
Of course. Imagine your American friend invited you to watch a movie yesterday. You couldn't go because you were busy, but today you want to ask them if the movie was good.
Okay, so what's the old way of doing this?
The old way would be, okay, I need to ask about the movie. Movie is the noun. Was is past tense of be. Do I say how the movie was? No, wait, that doesn't sound right. Was the movie good? Maybe.
See how exhausting that is?
Actually, you just say, how was the movie? Done. Finished. Perfect. Natural.
And here's the great part. You can use how was for so many situations. Mark, can you give us some examples?
Sure. How was your weekend? How was the meeting? How was your test? How was the food?
One pattern, endless possibilities.
Exactly. Want another powerful example?
Yes, please.
Instead of learning the words would, like, to, have separately, and trying to remember the grammar rules, just learn the complete phrase. Would you like to have dinner with me?
Oh, and then you can adapt it. Like, would you like to have coffee? Would you like to watch a movie? Would you like to go shopping?
See, it's like using blocks that are already put together. You just add a little more to make a sentence.
Yeah, you just need to swap out one or two pieces and you've got a new sentence. This is brilliant. Okay, Mark, I know what our listeners are thinking right now.
What's that?
This sounds great, but where do I find these phrases? How do I know which ones to learn?
Great question. Let me give you some practical resources.
I'll jump in too because I have some favorites.
Perfect. So, number 1, Google it. Simply type 1,000 common English phrases and sentences into Google. You'll find tons of lists with the most frequently used phrases in English.
These are the phrases that native speakers actually use every single day.
Exactly. Number 2, our YouTube channel. Even better. And I'm not just saying this because it's our channel. Check out our Just Easy English YouTube videos.
Yes, they're really helpful. We have a complete series on common phrases and expressions organized by situation.
Each video shows you how to use these phrases in real contexts, with real examples. It's like having a personal English coach. You can find all the videos in the link above.
And here's my favorite one. Number 3, English TV shows and podcasts. When you're watching a show or listening to a podcast in English, pay attention to phrases that get repeated a lot.
Oh yes. For example, in TV shows, you'll hear, "What's up?" about 1,000,000 times.
That's a phrase worth learning, super common.
Write these phrases down in a notebook or in your phone. Build your own personal phrase bank.
And here's my pro tip. Don't try to learn phrases randomly. Learn them by category or situation.
What do you mean by that, Hazel?
Well, for example, spend 1 week learning phrases for greetings and small talk. The next week, learn phrases for expressing opinions, then phrases for making plans, and so on.
Oh, that's smart. This way, your brain can organize the information better, and you'll actually remember what you learn.
Exactly.
Okay, Hazel. And already hear some of our listeners saying something.
What's that?
Wait a minute. 1,000 phrases? That's crazy. How am I supposed to learn all of that? I don't have time. I'm not a machine.
I totally understand this concern. When you see 1,000 phrases, it does sound overwhelming, right?
Right. But here's what I want our listeners to understand. You don't need to learn all 1,000 phrases at once.
You don't even need to learn them all this year.
Think about it this way. If you learn just 3 phrases per day, that's it, just 3. Do you know how many phrases you'll know in 1 year?
Over 1,000 phrases.
And 3 phrases per day is like 5 minutes of practice.
You spend more time scrolling through social media.
Exactly. And here's the thing. You don't even need 1,000 phrases to be conversational in English.
Really? How many do you need, Mark?
Research says native speakers use only a small number of common phrases, about 300 to 500 phrases in most of their daily conversations.
Wow, so if you learn just 300 to 500 phrases, the most common ones, you'll be able to handle most everyday situations in English.
That's pretty amazing, right?
It really is. It makes learning English feel so much more achievable.
But trust me, and Hazel can back me up on this.
Oh, yes.
I'll show you a way to remember them without pressure, without effort, and without memorizing.
Yes, really. It's not magic, but it feels like it.
So if you want to know how to remember English sentences easily, make sure to watch the next episode right after this one.
It's going to change the way you learn English forever.
Alright everyone, if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends who are learning English.
Let's help each other grow.
This is Just Easy English Podcast. I'm Mark.
And I'm Hazel.
See you in the next episode.